Some dangerous heat moves in next week. Right now atop Red Mountain, things are nice and quiet. Temperature, look at that, 77 degrees. No rain on our First Alert AccuTrack radar. So again, mild, muggy start to the morning. Low to mid 70s in East Alabama, 78 degrees right now in Center. And we'll hang out in the 70s through about mid-morning as you pour your cup of coffee and get your day started. And then the rest of the afternoon, we warm up. We get back into the 90s and we'll call for a few scattered storms in the mix later today. We'll talk a better chance of rain over the weekend when I see you next. Mike.
All right, thank you, Megan. Federal agencies believe they've identified the potential.
We'll call for about a 30 to 40% chance that you will see rain. I do think that the coverage of rain today is fairly light. It does not look like it's going to be a very wet day, but any day in the summertime that you get these isolated to scattered storms, they can cause some really heavy downpours. Over the course of the weekend, Saturday into Sunday, 93 degrees, but feeling more like the triple digits. And yeah, I do think that Sunday is going to feature a few more showers and thunderstorms in the mix. This is tomorrow around 3 o'clock. So maybe you've got plans to spend some time outside this weekend. Your First Alert weather app is always going to come in handy because at any point, again, one of these downpours can have some thunder and some lightning in it. On Sunday, coverage of rain goes up just slightly, especially in East Alabama after about 3-4 o'clock, and those drift off towards the south and to the west by early Monday morning. And then we were talking about the heat. I mean, look at where we will be feeling and sitting like. Heading into Monday, 94 degrees, feeling like 107. Tuesday, 96 is what we're forecasting for the actual air temperature, feeling like 108. So like I said, a heat advisory may be issued from Sunday into Wednesday, but this is your first alert to plan ahead as far as the heat goes. It really is going to be quite warm. Right now, things are nice and mild and muggy in Tuscaloosa, 74 degrees right along Pier 43. No rain at this time, and that again changes later this afternoon, just very hit and or miss showers. Temperatures are sitting in the 70s, mid to upper 70s here in downtown. If you want to get out on the lake today, I would say the UV index is high, the heat levels are warm. I mean, it is going to be one of those days where, yes, the water may be great, but you've got to keep an eye out for these random scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs today topping out in the lower 90s. And then over the next week, again, we will gradually warm up. So I've kept a small chance for a shower in here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. While I do think that the risk for rain is very low, it's not zero. Anytime in the summertime, you can get some of these pop-up showers. So plan accordingly. We've got heavy rain at times on Sunday and then gradual clearing into next week. Temperatures get real hot. We're going to talk much more about the tropics and they're heating up coming up in the next half hour. Chance of formation within the next 7 days. It's not looking very likely, but if you do have plans to get down towards the Alabama beaches this weekend, I do think that the next week is actually looking fairly nice. And because of the position of where this low may end up, I mean, the Alabama coastline could be on the dry side of this. You'll get subsidence behind this, and so the air will be sinking. And so, yeah, it'll be dry for most of you. But, I mean, a shower at the beach is just not out of the ordinary. I mean, it's the summertime there. This is Sunday afternoon. Places like West Beach down through, I'd say, Fort Morgan, Dolphin Island, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, you're looking fairly quiet. The rain this weekend looks like it's going to be back over towards Florida, even into early next week. So as you plan your beach trip, I would just think accordingly. If you're going to Florida beaches, it looks a little different. Alabama beaches look a lot better. The rip current, as far as it goes today into tomorrow, we're looking fairly low, moderate to low over the next 5 to 7 days. And right now, still fairly dark and early in Gulf Shores. But look, 10-20% chance of rain each and every day. Related to a widely scattered storm expected today. Rain yesterday was few and far between. I do expect something similar to that today as you plan the rest of your afternoon. High temperatures today getting into the lower 90s. Over the weekend, we stay in the low 90s, and I've called for more widely scattered showers both Saturday and Sunday. I do think that East Alabama may see a few more showers on Sunday afternoon. This is 3 o'clock tomorrow, so if you've got plans, maybe you're getting out to the pool, the lake, hanging out in the backyard with your family and friends. It really is going to be a hot afternoon. Lower 90s, feeling more like the triple digits with a good mix of sun and clouds. clouds, and sure, a passing shower or storm. I don't think the coverage of rain tomorrow is that widespread. On Sunday, similar situation. Most of the day is dry. You'll be warm, feeling more like the triple digits, and sure, during the afternoon and early evening, there could be a passing shower or thunderstorm, and then the risk for rain really goes down next week as heat levels creep up. So this is the actual air temperature represented by the bar graph. The line graph shows you what it's going to feel like. So it's going to feel like 107, 108, 106 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So bottom line is a heat advisory may be issued. So this is your first alert to plan ahead, especially if you work outside or you have plans to spend long periods of time outside. Next week is looking steamy. Right now on 710, things are nice and quiet. A few clouds. Temperature sits at 73, but generally no rain at this time, and we'll continue to stay rain-free for the majority of the day for many of you as temperatures start off in the 70s, low to mid 70s here in town. We're at 77 degrees with afternoon highs today touching the 90s. And again, if you want to do some gardening, spend some time outside, have your first alert weather app with you because a couple passing showers with thunderstorms will be around, and it's going to feel more like the triple digits. So stay hydrated, take frequent breaks, and find shade. And that is definitely important heading into next week as the risk for rain stays down next week. I mean, heat levels are just going to crank up towards Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In the short term, we've got a gorgeous sunrise happening probably within the next 15-20 minutes, and a small chance for a shower today. Mix of sun, clouds, and those scattered storms, what you can expect in the summertime here in Alabama. Storms will move in from the north and drop to the south, and then the weather overnight Friday into Saturday morning stays nice and quiet. Saturday afternoon, similar to today, temperatures in the lower 90s. Passing shower, storm. Sunday, a bit more coverage of rain, especially I'd say in East Alabama. But in the short term, I mean, really, it does look like that summertime pattern just hangs out over the state between now and Sunday. So if you've got plans outdoors this weekend, listen, you can get them done, but just make sure to have your first alert weather app with you because any of the cells that do develop between Saturday and Sunday could contain some lightning. And then we talk about the heat, y'all. It is going to get hot. You can catch me indoors on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures go back on Tuesday to about 96 here in town. Could get close to 98 degrees in Tuscaloosa County, feeling more like 107 to 108. This is heat advisory criteria, and we go ahead and give you that first alert for it because it is going to be very warm. If you're spending time outside, working outside, kids have summer camp, shade, water, all going to be necessary next week. In the short term, things are nice and dry, but muggy, starting off in the 70s this morning. And then later today, again, high temperatures right where we should be for this time of year. Lower 90s, average high 91. Going to feel more like 100 plus. So if you get out the door and the kids are playing on the swing sets and just playing in the sandbox, it is going to be quite steamy, feeling more like the triple digits. So again, they need shade, frequent water breaks as well. Bring them indoors during the peak heating of the day. If you've got plans maybe to send the kids outside after lunch, I would say maybe do it before, recess before at some of these summer camps before it gets too hot. Over the weekend, again, lower 90s expected, then the heat crank bakes because this is a big conversation on social media. The National Hurricane Center has given this wave off the coast of Florida about a 20% chance of formation within the next 7 days, meaning 20% chance that it could be our next tropical system. Right now, it looks like it's just going to bring a lot of rain to the Florida Panhandle. I've got a lot of questions about the Alabama Gulf Coast over the course of the weekend. And right now, I mean, over the next week, sure, you may see a passing shower, but I do think that the conditions down in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, mix of sun and clouds. Maybe on Monday, a bit of a shower at times, but you know, it hits and or misses over the course of the week. So just know that if you've got plans to get down to the beach this weekend and into early next week, we are going to be looking at temperatures in the 90s with a small isolated to scattered storm possible. The good news is the rip current today is on the moderate side, but Saturday, Sunday through early next week stays fairly low. So you'll be able to get in the water as things look fairly calm. Again, right now, yellow flags flying, but next week it looks like they go back down to just the white flags. Temperatures this morning in Gulf Shores at 81 as the sun comes up. Looking for is that it's going to get real warm today. Temperatures go back into the low 90s with all the sunshine that we see. And then over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, also calling for the lower 90s. Widely scattered showers both Saturday and Sunday before the risk for rain goes down and temperatures go up. Saturday afternoon, pick it out, 3 p.m. Again, sun, clouds, a passing shower or storm. If you've got plans over the course of the weekend, best course of action to have your First Alert weather app with you. That way, if there is a shower or thunderstorm, you'll be notified. And it also comes with lightning alerts. By 3 o'clock Sunday, maybe a couple more showers and thunderstorms over and through East Alabama as they drop to the south. And then the weather stays quiet leading into early next week. But the weather quiet, temperatures go up. So what I've done is I've plotted the actual air temperature. So what the record books will say, 94, 96, 94 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But what it's going to feel like to your skin is more important. This is the heat index. Going to feel like 105, upwards of 108. That is heat advisory criteria. And with that, there may be a heat advisory issued, but we want to give you that first alert heading into early next week. So if you do work outside, plan accordingly. Right now in Birmingham, we are waiting for the sun to peek over the horizon, but boy, does it look good this morning. A nice hue to the sky. Temperature sits at 76 degrees. Weather right now, nice and quiet as far as our First Alert AccuTrack radar goes, but muggy, sitting in the low and mid 70s across the state. And don't forget, today is going to be warm as we touch the lower 90s. So the playground today, going to get hot, going to get steamy. Feeling more like the triple digits, 101, 102, upwards of 103 degrees in Pell City. And also, don't send anybody out the door this morning without sunscreen, because today, tomorrow, Sunday only takes about 10 to 20 minutes. That UV index is at a 10 to an 11 before you can get a sunburn. So just make sure you're properly protected. Better chance of rain over the weekend. On risk for rain is fairly small, just like yesterday. Going to be hit and or miss. Very light, moves on, and we keep it moving. We'll see a good mix of sun and clouds otherwise, but yes, the heat is definitely cranking up as we are in the midst of summertime, July in Alabama. Overnight, weather stays nice and quiet, and over the course of the weekend, well, it's not going to be a washout by any means. We're looking at a pop-up scattered shower storm. Temperatures remain in the lower 90s. So let's take you through the model data. So this is about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Pick out where you live. Gadsden, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa looking dry with a good mix of sun and clouds. A passing shower not out of the question. Have your First Alert weather app on hand if you do have plans to be out and about, specifically on Sunday afternoon. This is 3 o'clock. We could see some heavier downpours, especially in portions of East Alabama and then West Alabama late Sunday night. But then by Monday, the heat goes up and the risk for rain goes down. Look, Monday 94, feeling like 107. Tuesday 96, feeling like 108. So yes, this is heat advisory criteria. It has not been issued yet, but this is your first alert as we head into next week. Right now, things look nice and quiet in Birmingham. We're in the mid 70s, looking back over towards Vulcan with a good mix of sun and clouds. No active showers falling now. Low 70s to mid 70s here in town, and it's a mild start to the day. It's going to be warm today. Temperatures right around average, 90, 91 degrees in most spots with a stray shower storm possible, but the temperature of what it's going to feel like, the heat index feeling like 101 here in town, Anniston 102 in Tuscaloosa. And also don't forget that the UV index is on the high side, extreme side, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where we're looking at if you are outside without the proper sun protection, 10, 20 minutes before you can get a sunburn. So hats, sunscreen as you send the kids to swim team practice and even camps later today. If they're out on the playground, make sure you have them covered in sunscreen. Next week, the story is going to be the heat. And Mickey Ferguson's here now this morning, and things are nice and quiet right now.
Yeah, they are. Temperature's starting to creep up a little bit. Next week looks like it's going to be nice and toasty.
H-O-T.
H-O-T.
T-T-T. Triple T's at the end of that. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be hot. Catch me indoors. And we'll have much more on that coming up here throughout the hour. And of course, I've got your forecast on the First Alert weather app.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it on my phone.
Are you?
Yeah.
Be back at 9.